Imagine this: an ancient scroll, untouched by anyone for centuries, is hidden in the deepest chambers of the Vatican. A secret that no eyes should ever see, until the Pope opened the seals of that forbidden scroll and read your name on its pages. Now the truth is revealed. You are the chosen one. Your destiny is beyond the ordinary. This message is for you. Get ready, write 555 in the comments now, because the eyes of the whole world are now on you. Your time has begun. Not everyone knows it, but the plan written above for you is already in motion. A transformation this profound leaves the world in awe, forcing even those who once dismissed you to acknowledge the astonishing force that now resides within. Born from storms designed to shatter, you emerge not as a victim of their designs, but as a living testament to resilience itself. Each painful memory, every betrayal, became the very building blocks of your unbreakable spirit, forming an inner strength that quietly outlasts the loudest threats. It's the quiet ones who carry the most thunder. There's a power in simply observing, in letting others reveal their intentions while you hold the upper hand with nothing more than a knowing look. What once went unnoticed now calls out to you, and the games people play are as clear as an open road in daylight. Those who thought they could hide behind shallow words or empty smiles are now met with your steady gaze, and it leaves them exposed. Your very presence now shifts the temperature in a room, as if a sudden pressure change swept through. For those sensitive enough, standing near you feels like being close to the roots of an old sacred tree. There's something alive, ancient, and deeply rooted that makes people straighten up, even if they can't explain why. Some sense the gravity, others feel a silent challenge, but none walk away unaffected. Where once you might have snapped back or tried to prove your worth, now you rest in a power that requires no explanation. The strength within you doesn't clamor for attention. Instead, it sits patiently, fully aware that when the moment comes to move, it will be decisive and unstoppable. Even those who once doubted you sense it. The next time you act, there will be no going back. Picture a lantern hidden deep in a dark cellar. For years, it gathers dust. No one suspects what's waiting inside. But the moment a single match strikes and the lantern is lit, every shadow scatters, and corners, once safe for secrets, become places of reckoning. That's how your transformation works, chosen one. Most folks stroll right by, never noticing the soft glow coming from your spirit, because their eyes are only trained for broad daylight and what's obvious on the surface. Neighbors wave from their porches, old friends greet you the same as always, thinking nothing has shifted in your world. But there are a few, the ones who crossed your boundaries or underestimated your kindness, who can't help but feel a chill whenever you walk into the room. It's as if a silent alarm sounds in their hearts. They glance at you and wonder if they made a mistake poking at something they never truly understood. There's a ripple in the air now, a current that flows just beneath the surface, letting every spirit-sensitive soul know the old balance has changed. The ones who played games with your generosity, who thought your patience meant weakness, find themselves restless, uneasy, unable to explain the new gravity around you. What they don't realize is that you didn't become this powerful overnight. Like a field watered by slow, steady rains, your growth was quiet, gradual, and mostly unseen. For years, you were content to be overlooked, to let others believe the story they told about you. But the truth is, you were cultivating a strength that runs all the way down to the roots. Now that your light has been turned up, there's no way to hide from what it reveals. Not for you, not for anyone. If you feel the abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. You can help spread God's blessings by clicking the Super Thank You button on YouTube and contributing $20 or more. This divine gift will touch not only your life, but the souls of many through this platform. Each of you has a sacred place in God's grand design, and your generosity will be the fruit of our prayers. Act now. Share your blessings to glorify His kingdom. For you were created to do even greater things in God's loving hands. May God bless you. This transformation isn't about making a show or demanding recognition. It's about walking in a peace that can't be shaken, a certainty that stands even when storms roll in. There's no need to announce yourself, because real power is its own introduction. The right people feel it, and the wrong ones find themselves fidgeting, searching for exits, unsure why their old tricks no longer work. And that's the beauty of this season. You don't need a spotlight to make an impact. Just as a single candle can break the hold of darkness in an entire room, your presence changes the atmosphere wherever you go. Those who never noticed you before now pause, uncertain, sensing that something in the spirit has shifted and they're no longer in control. It's a holy confidence, one that whispers rather than shouts. You walk softer, but your steps leave deeper prints. The power God placed in you is not the kind that parades or tries to convince others of its worth. It just is, like a sunrise that happens whether or not anyone sets an alarm to watch it. The world may continue spinning as usual, but those who took your kindness for granted, those who pushed you thinking you'd never push back, now live with the question, what's been set in motion that can't be undone? And for you, chosen one, this is only the beginning. Every day you keep shining, the light grows brighter. You move forward, not out of spite, but out of purpose. You're not here to scare anybody. You're just done making yourself small for the comfort of those who never honored your gift. Let them wonder. Let them feel the weight of their choices. You're here to walk in the fullness of who you are, and nothing can put that light out. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. Victory has a way of reshaping a soul. This is not merely a win, it is the realization of every ounce of promise you ever carried. Those who tried to sideline you now watch, helpless, as your influence grows. Where they expected a gentle pace, you now blaze a trail that leaves them blinking in disbelief, like witnessing a candle suddenly become a beacon that lights up the night. Imagine a gentle river running through a quiet town. Everyone in the community has grown used to its soft babble and familiar banks. It's part of the landscape, a comfort to those who pass by daily. But one day, the river changes direction, carving a brand new course right through the land. It still looks peaceful, still shimmers in the sunlight, but those who have something to lose suddenly sense its quiet power. They realize the ground beneath them isn't as steady as they thought, and what once felt predictable now demands their careful respect. That's the story of your presence in this new season. You still greet folks with warmth, share laughter at the table, and speak encouragement over others without hesitation. On the outside, nothing looks different. Your smile is just as bright, your handshake just as steady, your kindness just as genuine. But for the ones who carry secrets, for those who built their comfort on shaky foundations, there's a new awareness in the air. They may not have words for it, but every time you walk into a room, something inside them quietly tightens, like a warning bell, ringing where nobody else can hear. It's not that you're threatening or unkind. In fact, your spirit radiates the same compassion and humility it always has. Yet, like that river that quietly shifts the land, you have become a force that gently unsettles what's not anchored in truth. Those who once walked boldly in your company now find themselves hesitating, keeping a step back, choosing their words more carefully. The old dynamic has shifted. Where once they felt they held the upper hand, now they tread lightly, instinctively aware that the rules have changed. You see, chosen one, your transformation has made the spiritual air around you denser, richer, more charged with purpose. It's as if the invisible world recognizes you as a vessel of something sacred, a current they can't predict or manipulate. The ones who have nothing to hide find themselves at ease, comforted by your integrity and warmth. But for those who have played games, told lies, or acted with hidden motives, your presence is a gentle but undeniable reminder that not all ground is safe to walk on anymore. And so, even in the simplest interactions, you hold the authority of someone who's walked through fire and come out shining. It isn't about intimidation. It's about the quiet certainty that God placed you here for a reason. You don't have to raise your voice or call attention to your strength. Just being who you are now carries weight. Like a lighthouse in the fog, you stand as a beacon. Some draw near for guidance, while others, seeing the light, wisely steer clear of the rocks. People who once took comfort in your presence now see you differently. The memories of harmless laughter are replaced with a quiet respect. A few confess to vivid dreams where you loom larger than life, untouchable and resolute. The message is clear. There is nothing meek or breakable left in you. Picture a great oak tree standing strong in a sunlit clearing. Seasons come and go. Some branches lose their leaves, and old limbs fall away with the changing winds. Yet the oak does not mourn what is gone. Instead, it grows taller, reaches higher, and its roots deepen with every passing year. The branches that fall are simply making space for new growth, for fresh green leaves that will catch the light in ways the old never could. That's what this turning point is for your spirit. The story has shifted. The patterns that used to hold you in place, habits, relationships, even your own expectations, are loosening their grip. You no longer have to keep shrinking yourself to fit in with those who stopped appreciating your presence. The exit of certain people from your life isn't a punishment or a loss. It's a signal that you've outgrown a season and that your roots are reaching for richer soil. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the temporal concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we take, is secured by His strength. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the Super Thank You button and donate $100, this movement will return to you 100-fold in abundance. You've stepped into a clearing where freedom feels different. You're not bound by what others think you should be, not weighed down by their inability to see your new shape. Those who choose to drift away, those who cannot see or accept the transformation within you, are only acknowledging that your story now calls for a different kind of companion, someone who can honor the wisdom and strength you've gained. In the language of the soul, this is the release. The doors that close behind you are not locked. They're simply marking a boundary. You can walk forward, knowing that the withdrawal of the old crowd is nothing more than life's gentle way of moving you into the company of those who are ready for your next chapter. There's no bitterness here, just gratitude for the lessons and for the space to grow. Chosen one, remember this: a stream doesn't apologize to the rocks it leaves behind as it finds a new path through the valley. It keeps flowing, it keeps singing, and in time, it brings new life to the fields it touches. Let this be the metaphor that guides you as you let go. Release the weight of what was. Step forward boldly, your spirit unburdened and your vision clear, because where you are going, only those who celebrate your new season are meant to walk with you. Imagine yourself as a bright lantern set upon a hilltop at night. You shine with warmth that draws others from miles around. But this same light reveals the landscape just as it is. No shadows to hide in, no secrets left in the darkness. Those who are drawn to genuine radiance come close, gathering around to share in the glow and the hope that it brings. But the same brilliance that comforts the sincere will send the insincere quietly down the hill, seeking a place where their intentions can remain hidden. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. The truth is, your spirit is both invitation and filter. You radiate laughter and kindness as naturally as a spring gives water. But there's a clear edge, a protective ring of light that guards the source. Not everyone who approaches is allowed into that inner circle. It isn't harshness, it's wisdom earned from every lesson, every time you let someone in who didn't honor your worth. Now, your joy is paired with discernment, and your heart, while open, is guarded by boundaries as sturdy as the walls of a sanctuary. This is not something to apologize for. Like a shepherd who knows which sheep are meant to be in the fold, you simply welcome the genuine and turn away the wolves dressed in sheep's clothing. The old you may have tried to keep the peace at any cost, dimming your light for the sake of someone else's comfort. But now, the flame stays bright. It's clear for all to see who belongs and who only wanted to linger in the glow without offering anything in return. In this season of your life, the invitation is still there for those who come with pure hearts and honest hands. But you no longer shrink to fit inside old containers. You laugh, you bless, you shine, and you protect the light God placed within you, knowing that true companions will cherish it, and others will naturally drift away. The edge is not bitterness, but the golden rim of wisdom, proof that you can hold both softness and strength, mercy and clarity, love and holy protection. Those who are meant for your light will find it, and they'll thank God for a lantern that burns so bravely, come rain or storm. Imagine stepping into a garden you once helped plant, only to find that the seeds you left behind have grown into mighty oaks while you were tending to your own journey. The familiar path is still there, sunlight still kisses the petals, but the old shortcuts no longer lead where they once did. Every footstep now feels like an invitation to pay attention, to respect the growth that's quietly transformed the entire landscape. The easy banter, the careless jokes they tossed around in the old days no longer have the same reach. It's as if the air itself has thickened, carrying words differently, letting shallow laughter drift away unnoticed. Where once you were expected to play along, to brush off disrespect with a smile, now the room pauses, waiting for your response. The echoes of what used to be return empty, swallowed by the dignity and presence you carry. This shift is spiritual as much as it is practical. It's as though the foundation itself has been blessed anew, as if every wall and window now holds a memory of prayers whispered through storms, hope rising where despair once threatened to take root. The old patterns, the familiar arrangements, they've been upended by the quiet miracle of your awakening. And those who relied on yesterday's arrangement find themselves cautious, treading softly, uncertain how to navigate this sacred new territory. You don't need to remind anyone of what's changed. Your very being does the speaking. Your spirit, once overlooked, has rearranged the room. Where laughter once filled the air without meaning, now there is a hush, a reverence for the transformation that can't be explained away. The atmosphere itself bears witness to your journey, and only those who approach with respect find their words welcome in this house you've claimed as your own. You move through your days with a new kind of gravity, steady, present, unmistakable. The ones who thought they could predict your every move are left hesitating at the doorway, uncertain where to put their next step. Their words catch in their throat, and they second-guess every attempt to pull you back into the old patterns. It's not just your boundaries that have shifted, it's the atmosphere itself. It's as if the rules of engagement have changed, and they're still searching for the script. Once, you may have been the soft cushion that absorbed every jab and joke, but now you're the pillar that shapes the entire room. You haven't raised your voice or made grand declarations. It's the quiet, unmistakable authority of someone who knows who they are. The peace you carry is like the hush after a summer storm, a stillness so deep it invites reverence, not ridicule. And for those who have eyes to see and hearts to honor, that change is a comfort. For the rest, it's a mystery that keeps them at arm's length, unsure if they're welcome in the new story unfolding. Your presence calls for a deeper respect, not because you demand it, but because your spirit won't allow anything less. Like a sacred space where only truth can enter, you have become the living example that the old ways are over and the new day is here. It's like being the lighthouse on a rocky shore after the storm has passed. Some are steering their ships by your light, grateful for a new direction, while others hesitate to approach, wary of the power shining from a place they once took for granted. The old tides that threatened to sweep you away have receded, replaced by solid ground that rises up to meet each step you take. It's like standing on a mountainside at sunrise after years of wandering lost in the valley. Where the ground once felt muddy and unsteady, each step now lands on solid rock. Stone that was carved out of every storm you survived and every disappointment that tried to break your will. The opinions of others used to shake you like wind through thin branches. But now you move like an old oak, roots deep and unmoved, lifting your face to the morning light with unshakable assurance. Every moment of doubt you weathered became another brick in the road beneath your feet. Every tear that fell in solitude, another pebble pressed firm into the earth. You know, chosen one, it's not about walking the path that someone else paved. It's about forging a trail where none dared to walk before, guided by the quiet voice inside that called you onward even when no one else could hear it. There's a gentle authority in the way you now carry yourself, a glow in your presence that speaks of lessons hard won and promises kept in secret. Your prayers, whispered in darkness, have taken root like seeds beneath the surface, pushing upward, breaking through doubt, reaching toward hope. Now, whether you're sharing a kind word at the store or simply pausing to breathe in the beauty of a quiet afternoon, that inner strength radiates out from you. It changes the temperature of every room you enter. It calms the worried and unsettles the insincere. Where others once tried to chart your course, you walk in step with a guidance that flows from a place deeper than anyone's opinion. Steady, steadfast, and sure. Sometimes stepping into your promise is like entering a garden at dawn. Dew glistening on every leaf, the air thick with the fragrance of new beginnings. There are those who recognize the transformation instantly. They step closer, eyes wide, wanting to soak up every lesson, every secret you gathered while walking through the thorns. They can almost taste the sweetness in the air around you, a reminder that the wilderness didn't consume you, it crowned you. Others, though, stand just outside the gate. They sense that the soil beneath your feet is different now, richer, deeper, sanctified by struggle and watered by unseen prayers. Some hesitate, unsure if their old ways can survive in this climate where truth is the only language spoken. They linger on the borders, feeling the quiet current of your presence, wondering if they have the courage to step across and leave their illusions behind. Now is the time to share God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. You can contribute to His plan and be a part of this divine mission with a donation of $100 or more. Every gift reflects God's generosity, and I believe it will return to you exponentially, far beyond your expectations. Remember, His protection and blessing is on your every step and every donation. You become part of His divine plan. You are a strong, radiant being, unshakable as His mighty rock. Witness God's miracles, feel the fruits of your generosity in your soul, and illuminate the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed, and let the light of the Lord guide your path. You don't beckon anyone to follow. You don't chase the ones drifting away, nor do you explain the work that was done in the shadows. The invitation you offer is as clear and clean as sunlight. Enter with honesty or remain a spectator. Either way, you keep walking, feet sure and heart open, knowing that those meant for this next chapter will recognize the sound of your soul's footsteps and fall into step beside you, not by force, but by alignment. In this new season, proximity is a choice, one only the brave and the true will make. Your assurance is a testimony in itself, a beacon for the weary and a boundary for the opportunist. No longer bracing for the next wave, you stand tall as living proof that storms don't last, but souls forged in the wind can outlast anything. And in this new season, you bless the ground you walk on, making every place you stand a little more sacred for those who follow. This is a season of breakthroughs and new beginnings. Doors once closed are opening, not because you demanded entry, but because your energy has become the key. You're no longer bound by other people's limitations or the expectations of those who could never see your full potential. The permission you once sought from others is now given by the Spirit within. Your calling draws you to places and people who are ready for what you bring. There is no more space for the small, for the safe, for the ordinary. You were made for more. If you feel God's presence, you can tap the join button below to become part of the first chosen ones and receive the most important revelations early. Each challenge behind you became a lesson, each setback a necessary step on a winding road that has finally straightened out before you. Now, at last, you are free to make choices based on your own vision, not anyone else's comfort. The chapter you've just opened is bright with opportunity. Those who preferred you in the background will find themselves watching from afar as you step forward and take your place in the light. The journey ahead is wide open. This is the beginning of your real legacy.